of the evolving hemp movement as we know it. And I wanted to talk about drunken rages, cops, and nonviolent approach to the cannabis movement.
Great.
Drunken rages are easy to explain because you're drunk. Alcohol does that to you. But the thing that I've learned and I wanted to share with everybody, and life is really fabulous here. I mean, look around the room. We've got beautiful people. We've got Grandma Hemp. And Grandma Hemp is
Chocolate ice cream.
an inspiration to all, and I want to tell y'all all about her. But I wanted to share with you what I learned when I got back here to Grandma Hemp's house upon an angel rescue. That she repeated what she had told me 6 months earlier from the Course in Miracles, and that I had witnessed and I had observed at that time, like directly led to the energy she was talking about. And she said it again. She said, if you attack others, you will be poor. And instantly in that moment, I saw that I had left my job back in March of 2010, last year, and made a profession out of attacking others. Well, I didn't like I'm a lawyer. They trained me as a lawyer. That's what I was supposed to do, right? So I quit my job, founded Normal, and we did all kinds of great creative things, and we really mobilized the people, and we started to really educate and outreach, and it was all good. But the money never came rolling in, and it never did come rolling in, and I finally figured out why is because the way that we approached the conversation we were having became more militant and became more attacking and became through me. And such. I mean, y'all all know I was writing and singing and playing these Rage Against the Machine songs against the government and the cops for cannabis and hemp. And the reason I got so outraged is because we've all known cannabis policy, is pretty retarded. The whole country knows it. But I started meeting medical patients that were really real, and they were going to jail, and I was like, just couldn't stand for it anymore as a justice lawyer and a person of heart and faith. And then founded Normal and really started to try to mobilize people and teach people their search and seizure rights and stuff. And then the cops ramped back up too. But what happened was we became very attacking, and did that. I was Rage Against the Machine of Facebook, and I thought that was the way to express and to try to force change. And that seems the way, and that's the way the protesters are right now all over the world in a way. But there's different energies that you hold, and the energy that I was projecting was one of attack. And I did that because I felt like they weren't being truthful, and I wanted to fight back, and I had the power to do that as a justice lawyer with 15 years experience and a great resume. But the truth is that marijuana should not be illegal. I mean, I smoked it all my life. It made me smart. I was number 7 in my class, Chapel Hill Law. It has a purpose. It has many purposes. And then after working with Normal for like 6 months, increasing the attacks and increasing the chaos in my life, I really saw the hemp policy. And I mean, anybody that knows hemp is industrial fiber. You can't get high off of it. It has 5,000 uses, including fuel, fiber, housing, concrete, textiles, fashion, beauty, food, basics here, people, and we're talking about jobs. And so I went into this fit about the hemp industry and seeing it as absurd, and I took a stance, and it was a moral stance, and I prayed, and I prayed, and it came right through, to become a civil disobedience tax protester, and then it wasn't a valid government that I was going to give my money to if they wouldn't even put on the table talking about economic development for hemp. And because our founding fathers grew hemp. This was part of their culture. This is how we got our democracy. These founding fathers had hemp in their culture, in their tea, in their pipes, on their plantations, in their economies, in their world. And they channeled pure democracy and founded this country. And we've gotten so far away from what is true to this country that anybody can't help but bust into a rage. And so y'all all saw me. Everybody's seen me bust into a rage in speech and in song and in life. And I just wanted to share with y'all the lesson that when you attack others, you become poor. Because my life then degraded rapidly and fast. And I ended up with no money, no job, no car, because I also boycotted my car based on BP. because I was crying at the pelicans coming out of the ocean, and I didn't want to be part of the industrial, culture anymore. And that's why, and so, but what I've learned is that we can't carry an energy of attack in our efforts to achieve social change and justice. And that's what came to me really clearly, and I wanted to make this video because it needs to be a non-violent cannabis movement. It's just a mistake that was made in 1937. Ashlinger went to Congress. Congress lied. It was a 90-second debate. There was never any examination of cannabis policy, honest examination. So we just need to stop project our energy of condemnation, and just say, look, here's where we are now. Here's what we can do about it. And that's where what we can do is actually teach everyone. People just don't know the reality that is the cannabis plant, that is the hemp plant, is the industry. And frankly, this is the time. And that's why all this is coming out and coming up. And because Japan needs our medical marijuana. They have radiation poisoning. Medical marijuana is used to treat radiation poisoning after chemotherapy. There's not much research out there on nuclear radiation poison, but I think medical marijuana might help them. They don't even have any painkillers. And they also could use the hempcrete to contain the nuclear reactors and or clean it up or whatever. And so now's the time for us to go out there and just tell people honestly about the effects of the cannabis plant in all its forms, and about how imprisoning cannabis users is a gross misallocation of resources. And it's actually unconstitutional because there's no justifiable basis, no rational basis on health, safety, or welfare that alcohol, the substance alcohol, which we have all seen causes trouble,